Hey yo folks, it's Soul with another video. Today I'm going to try and illustrate for you folks a day of Undermine life. What's the Season 2 experience going to feel like? What are we logging in for each day or week? I'll identify what there is to do and then you can decide what's important or skippable. This is all based on PTR information with my best attempts at uncovering the basics of what to do, so don't expect spoilers or a highly detailed min-max guide to success. That's going to be for later. For now, please like the video if this is helpful, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and catch me live when I'm streaming. Your very first day in Undermine will get you the lay of the land and how things work. We get our share of main campaign and side quests for you to complete whenever you're ready or you're trying to grind out rep. But your map is going to reveal a few feature unlock quests. Those are the pink triangles that you should knock out first. This will get you access to the drive system, scrapping, and at higher renown, the C.H.E.T.T lists. I'll explain all that stuff later. The campaign will also fill you in on how the weekly routine works in Undermine. You'll learn quickly that the Incontinental is the zone hub where you pick up most of your weeklies. You choose a cartel to team up with and you get your C.H.E.T list. And one of the first things you want to do at each reset is to choose this cartel. It's needed to open up world quests, basically like in C.H.E.T. There are 4 cartels with main buildings you'll visit from time to time to get stuff from the quartermaster. The rewards from each cartel are pretty cool, but unlike Severed Threads, we're not looking at zone perks or gear, so it seems your choice of cartel is purely for roleplay or cosmetics. Completing objectives while working under a cartel will get you that specific rep, and then the opportunity to purchase some fun stuff. Just like the Severed Threads faction, you choose 1 cartel per week, and it's shared across the warband, and there's an overall renown track for all of Undermine, for you to get some of the more substantial rewards like zone perks, gear, enchanted crests, and so on. So no matter what, you're always moving forward without feeling like you have to make a tough choice. Let's get to the activities, starting with the more familiar stuff. We all know how world quests work. There's a good bit of those, along with a special assignment quest for an outdoor cache. Your priority caches are likely to focus here because this rep is the new hotness, and the gear from these caches includes the new appearances. Now and then you'll find side gigs for rep and valor stones that take you to the Writhing Fields. That's the new cutout zone in the Ringing Deeps. But back to Undermine, there's a healthy round of rares to discover and farm for rep bonuses. So far from testing, these rares can be farmed daily, and credit is shared across the warband, as in you can't sick the alt army to earn extra rep from the same rares. These rares and elite rares are mostly spongy named mobs, and they're not much of a threat except to very undergeared characters. And once Season 2 begins, there's going to be a world boss way up to the north. Flying is not a thing in Undermine. It's a pretty small zone. It's the size of Suramar City, but it's very dense, especially in the city proper, with lots of twists and turns. There's alleyways, multiple floors, and more. To help get us around is the drive system unlocked in early questing. It's basically a super fast mount with vehicle physics. While in your vehicle, you can take part in quick jobs that take you all over Undermine. Sometimes it's to collect and deliver a package. Most of the time though, it's violence, it's street justice, that sort of thing. If drive is not your thing though, you can talk to this ogre NPC. This is the one who helps you customize your ride and pick up the caddy collar, which lets you start and stop jobs even if you're not using drive. Testing this isn't fully complete, but here's how all that goes down. A weekly quest may be offered to you to complete jobs, and this scores a bunch of rep. You can start jobs anytime with the click of a button while driving or not using the caddy collar. Going around town and completing these jobs will gain you a very modest amount of Valor Stones and Resonance Crystals, and I'm saying that generously. On the side is a bar to gain a streak that gives additional modest rewards. And finally, there's an event called Surge Pricing. It starts every hour on the 30-minute mark that gives additional bonuses as all players in the area are completing jobs at the same time. A quest to complete jobs during surge pricing may also be available. I advise hitting 2 birds with 1 stone if these line up. Another new event is called Scrap Heap, which looks like it'll be unlockable early on too. 1 scrap heap spawns at a time and they're marked over on your map. You might have to squint a little bit on the PTR at the moment. They're really hard to see, especially if the map is set to full screen. But anyway, Scrap Heap is the culmination of your years as a god-slaying, titan-slaying, faction-disrupting, future player housing person champion of Azeroth. You're gonna dig through garbage for 5 minutes. Yeah, so way to go. When you or someone starts up a scrap event by talking to an NPC, you have 5 minutes to dig up as much as you can, which is a lot of just watching yourself dig. Nearby is a robot who can help you dig if you pay it to. Players can contribute all the way up to 1,000 gold to activate it during this short time event. As you're digging for credit, you'll collect empty cans, and later on you might get some rare vintage cans and turn these in at a vendor for loot boxes and cosmetics. These boxes give a pretty wide variety of stuff, from Valor Stones to carved crests and a pet and who knows what else. Sometimes going through scrap gave me cosmetics too. As for the scrapping activity itself, yeah, it's a very humble work, and it starts out as this pretty pathetic feeling experience, especially when I'm testing alone here. Renown upgrades will make scrapping faster, and will unlock some nearby vendor options to get additional boosts for yourself and even for nearby buddies. While scrapping, every now and then something will disrupt the event, and you might need to defeat mobs or stamp out fires, that sort of thing, before it starts up again. When one scrap event ends, another spawns elsewhere, so you can start that up too. So it might not be that bad of a method to just chase scrap for some chill farming, especially later in the season when you can do this for an alt and take advantage of the higher renown level. But I don't recommend doing any focused farming until your renown's high enough to start finding special rare cans that are worth way more. And now we have the C.H.E.T list. I'm not sure if I'm testing this right because I unlocked it at the beginning of the test cycle, but you do need a renown of 13 to unlock it, which I never got, but oh well. The C.H.E.T list is kind of self-explanatory, it's a list produced by this machine called C.H.E.T up on the second floor of the Incontinental. It sits in your inventory, and when you use it, it produces this list. You're given this random series of tasks that fall under all sorts of activities, from regular zone activities to world PvP to going into a delve. And a quick mouse over will show you what you get. In this case, they're all Valor Stones. As you complete tasks, you can check them off for immediate Valor Stone rewards, or you can hold on to it and wait till later. And after completing at least 4, you can then turn in this C.H.E.T list for a big bonus of Valor Stones. There are achievements related to this, but I've yet to see a quest that we have to complete it, likely because of the higher renown requirement, so the C.H.E.T list is kind of a useful way of earning extra Valor Stones or banking the turn-in for later use. You can turn in a C.H.E.T list once per week, after which you might be able to do it again by fulfilling a certain requirement. It seems like you need to defeat a bunch of NPCs, although in this build I never got it to work. That should cover all the basic explanations of the zone features covering Undermine, but now let's throw it all together into a routine. On reset day, head over to Undermine and choose a cartel to work for during the week. Pick up all the blue weekly quests around town, and if you can, pick up a new C.H.E.T list. Start up jobs during the surge pricing, or otherwise start knocking out weeklies and world quests to do the special assignment. Drop by the world boss for a kill. Check your C.H.E.T list for anything else you might feel like doing for the extra Valor Stones, but don't complete them, wait until you actually need them for upgrades. When you have time, do some scrapping to fulfill quest requirements, or weeklies, or to grind for the related cosmetics. Like the other factions in War Within, I've yet to find a hard farm for Undermine outside of, making sure to defeat all the rares in the zone each day. Normal rares are worth 20, elite rares are worth 50. The next best thing would be to use the Undermine contract and knock out every world quest you see for the rep, and then it's off to whatever your endgame adventure is. That completes the overview, and I hope this helps to give you a better idea of what the ground game is like in Undermine. As we get close to launch, keep an eye out for my Monday videos where I give some last minute tips and quick guides covering farming, gearing up, and more. Please like the video if it was useful, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.